Okay, so example 7, this is a continuation of what we've been doing on vehicle finance. So it says here, determine the vehicle fuel economy. A car with a full tank of gas traveled 612 kilometers before it made it to the next gas again, before it needed gas again. If the car took 53.8 liters of gas to fill, find the fuel economy of the car. Okay, find the fuel economy of the car. Now I'm gonna show this to you because, again, we want us to be familiar with this formula sheet. Fuel economy, where's that fuel economy? Here, right there. Okay, so fuel economy in liters per 100 kilometers. So there's a formula for that. So if you're not sure, it's right there. FE is fuel economy equals to the fuel used in liters. So how much fuel is used divided by the distance in kilometers times 100. Okay, so let's write that down. Fuel, FE, fuel economy, equals to the fuel used divided by distance in kilometers, fuel use in liters times 100. Okay, so FE, how much is the fuel used? Okay, it took from one fill up to the next fill up, it used 53.8 liters. So we're going to put 53.8 in the numerator, right? It says here divide, so we're going to divide distance driven. So what's the distance? 612 times 100. So fuel economy, and let's just do the math in here. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I'll do the same. Okay, I got 8.79. Yes, is that what you got? $53.8 divided by 612 times 100. 87.9. Yeah. 87.9. Okay. What does that, how does a fuel economy look like? Fuel economy is how many liters per 100 kilometers. So liters per 100 kilometers. So that's the unit. Oh, hold on. 8.79. I was like, wow, that's a lot. I put it in the wrong place. 8.79. Yeah. So it takes about 8.79 liters. So when you look at that, 1 liter of pop. Okay, well, you don't put pop in there, but you know, like imagine the 1 liter pop, right, that we buy sometimes. You're gonna need about 9 of that. Okay, and that's how much you use per 100 kilometers.
Oh, decimal, it has to be 8.8 or?
No, it's not, because it's 8.79 and then the following one is 0.
Oh, it should be 2 number after decimal?
No, just 1 number. Oh, you mean 2 decimal right here?
Yeah.
Yes. 2 decimal places. Yeah. And then you look at the third one. If the third one is 5 and up, you round up. Okay, good. Anybody have any other questions? 2 decimal places? Okay. Let's take a look at example 8. You are interested in purchasing a new truck. You take a test model on the extended test drive. The fuel tank was full when you started. at the beginning of the test drive, the odometer is 1093.3 kilometers. At the end of test drive, it's 198. You fill up the tank at the end of, and then you find you use 12.5 liters of fuel. Determine the fuel economy of the truck. So when we look at the fuel economy, is equal to fuel used divided by distance times 100, right? So when we look at this one here, how much fuel was used? It's 12.5 liters. And how much kilometer is used? Or what's the distance? So this is the start, and this is the end kilometer. So the very first thing that we gotta do first, determine the distance driven.
So you subtract the new odometer to the old one.
Yeah, so the new odometer reading minus the previous one. So 198.8 minus 109.3. So they've driven 89.5 kilometers. 89.5 kilometers. Okay, so now we have fuel economy calculation. All of the information is there. Fuel used, 12.5 divided by the distance traveled is 89.5 times 100. Okay, so fuel economy, let's do that. The fuel economy that I got is 13.9664. So we would have to round this off to 13.97. Okay, so 13.97. And how do we write the unit for this? Because it's fuel economy, the unit, okay? This one is a unit. Oops, can't see that properly. This is a unit, liters per 100 kilometer, okay? So I want to make sure that we remember this part there. It's 13.97 liters per 100 kilometers. You okay? So far so good? So I'm just going to wait until everyone finishes writing that down. Okay. You good? Yeah? Everyone's done? Okay, let's go to example 9. Example 9. What does example 9 look like? Let's read it together. You own a car and a truck. Oh, nice. The car has a fuel economy of 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Morning. The truck has a fuel economy of 14.3 liters. So you could already see that the truck will use more gas, right? Because it's used 14.3 liters to travel 100, and then this one here is 8.7 only to travel 100 kilometers. So you need to drive to your mother's house, which is a round trip of 430 kilometers. Okay, so 430, that's like, I'm thinking it's out of town. Okay. You already know that the car would be cheaper on gas, but you would like to take your truck as it is more comfortable. Okay. The question is, how many liters of gas would be needed by the car for this trip? So the car, how many liters of gas? That's the amount of gas needed. Okay, so how can we figure out the amount of gas for the car? It's 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Okay, times 430 kilometers. Okay, and because the kilometer in the numerator will cancel the kilometer in the denominator, right? When you divide, we're left with the liters. So what's that equal to? Let's try that. 8.7 so it's gonna use 37.41 liters. Okay, that's good. Now let's take a look at letter B. How many liters of gas for the truck this time? Okay, so we'll do the same thing. Amount of gas. Okay, so a truck has a fuel economy of 14.3 liter per 100 kilometer. And then we multiply it with 430 kilometers. Okay, so you can see unit of kilometer cancels with the kilometer in the denominator.
61.49.
Okay, let's take a look. So 14.3 divided by 100 times 430. 61.49 liters. Okay, well we know that. We know that this truck will use up more gas, right? Because it has a larger fuel economy. Okay. Now, if the cost of gas is 1.129 per liter, determine how much you would save by taking the car instead of a truck. Okay, so if we take the car instead of the truck, how much liters of gas are we gonna save? 61, I'll start with 61.49 minus 37.41 liters. Okay, how much is the difference?
24.08.
Yeah, so we're actually saving 24.08 liters of gas. Yeah, so this is how much gas we saved. Well, the question is, how much is the savings, money-wise? How much is the savings? So, it's 24.08 liters times $1.129 per liter. Yeah. This one. It costs $1 and 0.129 per liter. So per means divide. The word liter or the unit liter cancels. So what's left over? What's
100.
this one is dollars, right? Dollars left. So we're actually saving $27 and 19 cents. Okay, is that good? This one? Yeah. 1. Yeah, you could put 1 there per liter, per 1 liter. So far so good? Yeah. Oh, it says here, exam style question. Okay, I like this. So Myrtle and Zayden just went on a long trip in their card. They recorded the following information. Distance driven. Oh, they went very far. 4,000. Amount of gas used. Cost of the gas. Now, this one is the cost of the gas is for the whole entire trip, right? Yeah, okay, so let's take a look. Calculate the fuel economy for the trip. Fuel economy. Where's my... Oh, I put my formula sheet away. So I'm going to show this one again. How do we calculate the fuel economy? Okay, so just to kind of become familiar. It says your fuel economy in liters per 100 kilometers is fuel used divided by distance times 100. So do we have a fuel used?
Cost of gas.
Okay, so we're going to do the fuel economy first. Fuel used divided by distance times 100. So what do I put for fuel used?
The 490 liters.
Yeah, so 490 liters, yeah. Divided by the distance, divided by distance. What's the distance that I put in? 4,150, right? And then timesing it by 100 because it's just times 100. So far so good. So let's do the math here. Ooh, it's averaging about 11.8. Okay, I get around here, 81. Yes, is that what you got? 11.81. Oh, hold on for a second. Liters per 100 kilometers. Okay. Okay. So find the fuel economy. That's what FE stands for, fuel economy. And that's, we're using this formula sheet. It's on your formula, right? It's right here. So if that's one of the formula on your sheet. Okay? I just wrote down FE, fuel economy, fuel used, distance times 100. And then the unit is liters per 100 kilometers. Okay, good. So the letter B, what is, calculate the cost of gas per liter. Okay, cost of gas per liter. Cost of gas per liter. Okay, so how do we do this one? Cost of gas, how much is it per liter? Well, what's the cost of gas? No, this is how much gas is used to travel 100 kilometers. So how much is the cost of gas? 588, right? So $588, right? What does the word per mean?
Divide.
Divide. So divide. How many liters used? 490 liters. So if we go 588 per 490, ooh, okay, so it's $1.20 per liter. $1.20 per liter is your answer. Okay, so we finished it. Wow, it's pretty good in terms of timing. Also, we were able to go over some of the questions at the beginning of class, which is great. Okay, so we finished lesson 1 today. So that means, done. That means we can actually now finish the rest of these questions. So we have about 15 minutes to go. We can use some of that time to work some of the problems now. And yeah, if you have questions, you can ask your classmate. It's okay to talk to people. It's okay to talk to me. So yeah, just use the time now to answer some of these questions. Okay?